Welcome back, guys, to Dear Unconventionals. Today, we have a very unique journey to share with you all. His work as an IPS officer has inspired movies like Seher and Talwar. Please join me as I welcome none other than Mr. Arun Kumar. Sir, hi. Thank you so much for doing this with us. And sir, I'd like to ask you to begin with. The first thing that comes to my mind right now is that what was that feeling like when you first wore the uniform, and what were the expectations you had of yourself?
In fact, when we write civil services examination, so there are different services, and it's not that you are going for the IPS or IAS or something.
Right.
So you just give your choices,
Hmm.
and you appear on the exam. And this was my first chance, and very little time to prepare because I was working for ONGC and doing MPhil also in my JNU. But it came, and then I realized that I have got IPS. So normal trend was that people were appearing for the IAS also again. I also thought, but I couldn't appear because I got dengue during the prelims time.
Acha.
So I landed it by default in IPS, and obviously when we joined this LBS Academy at Mussoorie, it was just a fun from college to college. It looked like we are just having fun. Everybody has arrived as in civil services and doing fun, and it was a 3 months training. But the things really started when we went to National Police Academy, and then we started realizing the rigors of the training, that how it is, and that is the time when they give you the uniform to wear. So that was really first time when I realized that I have landed in a serious job, and I
अच्छा
have to
खेल नहीं चल
खेल
रहा
नहीं चला, and you have to reorient yourself accordingly.
Sure.
And I was not very acquainted with the physical. I was not very much into the physical, so that was tough for me also, the training part. But slowly I started enjoying it, and there
हाँ.
I realized, and that was really a thing. I thought that now my career has come to this end, and I have to move on that.
ऐसा लोग जैसे बोलते हैं सर कि यूनिफॉर्म पहन के कुछ अलग फील आती है जैसे आर्मी में होता है कुछ भी होता है पर जब आपने वो पहली बार जैसे पहना होगा तो डज इट चेंज समथिंग इनसाइड यू
Yeah, it changes only when you come to the field. When you really come to the service, and you go and join as ASP in the uniform, then you feel, yeah, it's something different, because people started making you feel different. I mean, the
हाँ
awe they are
हाँ
telling, and the junior staff, and then they will read this IPS. So among the junior policemen also, कि साहब IPS हैं, साहब ये हैं, that makes you
वो
change
ज्यादा
and feel that something different, and you started digesting that. So that is the thing.
तो आपका सबसे पहला केस क्या था व्हाट वाज योर फर्स्ट केस एंड क्या चैलेंजेस एंड लेसंस यू मस्ट हैव लर्नड इन द बिगिनिंग
Uh, मेरी पहली पोस्टिंग थी नॉर्मल रेगुलर पोस्टिंग इन वाराणसी. आई वाज एएसपी वाराणसी. So during that particular period, the area that was given to me, now it's a full-fledged district, Chandoli. So huge part of that particular area, the GT road was running, and there were a lot of happenings in GT road, because the trucks were plying, and most of the things were the police complaints used to come against the policemen, that they were trying to extort money from the truck walas at the thanas and all that. And then there are cell tax barrier, where the trucks walas will be harassed and they'll be asked to give money and all that. So that was a different type of challenge. I had never thought of that this can happen. But one thing I remember, that during that period there was a judgment by Supreme Court Judge Mr. PC Mullah, that who will police the police. The writ petition was against the police and the atrocities of police, and he observed that only conscientious police officer can police the police. So that got inked on my mind, that being a supervisor officer, we have to ensure that police doesn't do atrocity, that extortion, taking money, bribery, all those things, that you have to look into that. So basically, I started moving on the trucks incognito and catching them, arresting them, suspending them, things like that. But the biggest thing which I remember, that there was a place called Sayyid Raja, which was the border of Bihar and UP.
ओके
So there used to be cell tax barrier, many of cell tax barrier, and there that was full racket. I mean, all the trucks, they will be extorted, taking money, and lot of corruption was going on. And I remember my district magistrate was Mr. Chandramouli. He said that a lot of complaints are coming against the cell tax barrier. So why don't you lay a trap to catch these fellows, and let's do that. And that was very brave of him. So I said, why not, being a young person? So we got that note signed by a magistrate,
अच्छा
and we hired a private truck. We went there, and as usual, we were stopped. We are asked to give money, and we are recording everything. That we told that you are not supposed to give anything because it's just exchange of paper. He said nothing doing, सबको पैसा देना पड़ता है, कैसे नहीं दोगे? तो फिर उसने जो है जब हमने पैसा दिया, उस टाइम में the team was there in the plain clothes. We arrested them. Uh, we registered the case. We arrested them, and we came back late night. Next morning, we came to know that all of them had gone on strike. So whole cell tax people had gone on strike. There were a lot of hangama in Lucknow. So somebody started complaining that I wanted some money from them, all for things that
yeah.
happened. So it was asked that he must be transferred about me. But the district magistrate took a stand. He said that if you have to transfer ASP, you first transfer me out. And then the cell tax commissioner came from Lucknow. When they realized that this is the thing, and the whole GT road was jammed. It was full of trucks because no movement was totally stopped from here to Calcutta and all that. Then the administration and senior officer decided that we take over this barrier and we'll do this cell tax parchi doing and all that thing. The whole district administration of Varanasi sat there and we started clearing the trucks by passing their papers and all that. And the places where they were collecting some 1,000 or 5,000 rupees per day, we collected around lakhs of 10 times 5 lakhs rupees per day. That was the amount of corruption and all that. So 2-3 days they waited, and I saw that the plight of the truck walas, that I always remember, because the person he was being hit by both the transporter and the cell tax barrier. So when they realized that somebody has come to their help and this is going to end, they said that कि सर स्टोव लेके खाना बनाएंगे, कैसे भी खाएंगे, 1 महीना लगे लेकिन खत्म नहीं होना चाहिए, आप लड़ो, हम आपके साथ हैं. मतलब they give full support other than making agitation, something like that. And in the 3 days we cleared the whole backlog and the road started moving, traffic started moving properly. And then they realized, and then they came back, they withdrew their strike. So that was initial days, and such a big thing and big media move.
When you just
coverage.
started out.
And I remember that my SSP took me to the Taj Hotel first time to treat me that you have done a great job.
Motivating hota hai na?
That's very
it's
motivating.
quite motivating.
Yes.
But during your service, did you ever feel initial days or maybe later, did you experience some kind of a self-doubt or some like uncertainty that maybe you're in the wrong matlab profession, maybe you don't want to continue?
Oh yeah, in between what happened that there was a lot of political instability in UP. So the governor who's coming, one CM coming, second CM coming for 6 months, 5 months. So we started having a frequent transfers. So we were there for some 10 days, 11 days, 2 months, 4 months. And that started affecting education of my children. They were very young at that time, and I had to leave my daughter in a boarding school in Nainitala when I was being transferred from Nainital to Bareilly after 3 months. And the younger one has also changing. So that was the time I realized that it's a difficult, because the political systems are something like that, and you have to handle that pressure. And despite not having nothing, you are being shifted out from here and to there. So that was one junction where I thought that probably it's not fit for me. But fortunately, immediately after a few times, I came to CBI for the central deputation, and that gave me a stability, and I then forgot about that.
So there's so many cases through and so many experiences later. There was one case, I think I don't know the details of it, but there was something which was very cringy at one point where some case had happened where a lot of murders had taken place, and when you came back home, there was a lot of blood on your shoes or something. What case was that? And the cringe, there are like a lot of cringe like cases also that you have to be in such difficult times. This is only for our viewers to know that as much as glamour you see, it's not always so glamorous, and our police officers go through a lot of tough time while solving cases. Can you give us a brief account of कि उस दिन कौन से केस में उस दिन पे क्या हुआ होगा?
Exactly, I was under training in Meerut, और मैं
अच्छा,
बिल्कुल
that early.
हाँ that early, तो मैंने कोई क्राइम सीन तब तक देखा नहीं था. और ये जो कॉलेज से आया हुआ था और बिल्कुल रॉ था, तो माय सीनियर ऑफिसर आस्क्ड मी कि देयर हैज बीन अ क्राइम, लेट्स गो एंड विजिट देयर. सो उसमें एक फौजी था जो छुट्टी पे घर आया था, एंड ही हैड ए डाउट कि उसकी वाइफ का उसके छोटे भाई के साथ रिलेशनशिप. और उसमें उसने क्या किया कि इन दोनों को वो जो गन्ना चारा काटने वाली बड़ी वाली मशीन होती है, काट के इनको पूरी तरह से इनको जो है इनके बॉडी को जो है डिफरेंट पार्ट्स में काट दिया दोनों के, और काट के उसको बोरे में रख के, और वहाँ तो द फर्स्ट टाइम आई वाज सीइंग द ब्लड दैट
My
पर्टिकुलर थिंग इन
goodness.
माय लाइफ. और मैं तो बिल्कुल ही, दैट वाज आल्सो अ डे आई came back and said my wife that I think it's a wrong job I had
ये
done.
ये मुझसे नहीं होगा।
और वो सब कुछ साफ करने के बावजूद जब मैं लौट के आया तो मेरे जूता में खून तब भी लगा हुआ था घर पे।
ओहो!
तो दैट वाज़ अनदर थिंग कि मैंने कहा कि ये कहाँ फँस गया एंड बट दैट डे एंड अदर यू प्रोबब्ली टेलिंग दैट वन यस वन्स इट हैपेंड अ बैड एक्सीडेंट इन Muzaffarnagar where due to acid around 30-40 people in a truck died. So that was also a very gory and bad scene where I thought कि what are we doing?
My goodness. So, sir, we know extensively about your journey. It's been nothing short of extraordinary. So, with that, I want to know that you've made one unconventional move during your stint as an IPS officer, which was the creation of the Special Task Force (STF). So, can you walk us through the thought process behind it, the need for it, and what dynamics did it change for the law enforcement?
Yeah. In fact, this was the period when I was SSP Lucknow. And prior to that, also, many of the officers who were SSP Lucknow, uh, the crime came to the particular extent that these gangsters started having the sophisticated AK-47 rifles because it had come from the Purulia arms drop and they started moving into the criminal world. Then the technology was just coming. So they had started using the pagers and mobile phone and PCO phones for extorting, for kidnapping, for all those things. So introduction of all those things in the crime was giving a different shift in the uh, crime world of UP. And in Lucknow, there were so many other engagements for the police that you have the VIP duties, you have the possession, you have to handle law and order. So police used to get hardly any time for this crime investigation or crime control or catching the criminals. During that time, there was a rise of a criminal named Sri Prakash Shukla, who was very fast. He was in touch with the Bihar mafias and the UP criminals and started using AK-47, started moving to Nepal. He started using the PCO from the Nepal, started extorting people. And never before this AK-47 was used as a weapon for crime in Lucknow because Lucknow is supposed to be a very sophisticated city. So and that created a lot of problems and many SSPs were changed one after another. So when I came, so at that particular time there was some political shift also, and they were asking me to for one more district being an SSP Varanasi. So I requested them that instead of going to do one more district, why don't we have a special cell who has a special uh, people dedicated to this particular thing and to start with, it was the only purpose was to account for the Sri Prakash Shukla. There were not
Okay.
much mafia work, other things. It all came later. That was the only thing because he started threatening politicians. I mean, people say
Sure.
that even he took that contract for killing even the chief minister
Hmm.
for different regions. So that created a lot of problem in the government setup, and they agreed to this particular thing that you can think of a dedicated organization like this and all. So I demitted the office of SSP Lucknow. I stayed back for waiting for 2 or 3 days. Then worked with that, have a special government order issued for the this particular thing, and tried to rope in the old team who was working with me as SSP Lucknow fighting against the Sri Prakash Shukla because they were threatening them also. Their family was also threatened. One of the sub inspectors were already killed by him in Hajratganj, things like that. So tried to mobilize our men, a small team, and then try to change the functioning of the organization. We didn't prefer to go to any government office. We hired a private house, started functioning from there. The vehicle having no number plate or the forged number plate, using the CVs and moving incognito and things like that. We started doing, and then we focused on counter the technology. So we contacted that service providers of Ustam. There were two companies, USA and SR. So we contacted their scientists, started knowing that how this mobile technology moves and how can we use this as an instrument for investigation. And that was the first time that we did it. And we succeeded in neutralizing that criminal within 6 or 7 months of formation of STF.
Hmm.
And that became a big thing because people never expected that it will be done so quick, so fast.
Yeah.
And when it was done in Ghaziabad, when I remember came back, the applause we and the welcome we got in Lucknow and all that. So and after that, we didn't leave it that we started making it a professional organization who will counter that mafia activities, organized crime, terrorism, and all that. And slowly the resources started coming, and then we tried to make it a very professional organization. And many other state police came and they tried to emulate this model of STF. And the most important thing was that the first time in STF we started the term which is known as electronic surveillance. Today, the most of the investigation or the policing is done through that mobile surveillance or the technical surveillance, what you call that. That we started first time. So a new stream of investigation in the policing that started in addition of having that this formation of STF also.
Nice. So, were there any special tactics or some special moves that you like specially made for this particular organization? Was it like mainly to kind of reduce the load that was there on the police in general?
Yeah, one was that to make it quite compact. If you go to the foreign country, you will find that police mostly works incognito. But in India, you will find that a lot of people will be in the uniform, and the problem will come. They will run here and there. They are not very professional. So the idea was that small team, but efficient team, and with technology, with proper training, with ready to handle any situation. So that was the main thing, to make it a very small and professional team. And the unconventional things that we do, like changing our number plates time and again, which was not legal and things like that. Sometimes we will use some barat, will like barat formation, will go like a barat, will go like in a different procession type of thing. So all unconventional sort of thing. And the policing,
Yeah.
policing had a set thing, that a siren, you see that a hooter sings and police comes, and everybody knows that police is going.
Huh.
And we always did something opposite in that,
Huh.
they will
Of
never come
course.
to know that the police is watching them, or police is coming. Or if you have to catch somebody or pick somebody, it's done so professionally that nobody will come to know that somebody has been picked immediately. So all those techniques we train. If somebody is going from the scooter, we'll just pick him up within seconds, and we'll bring him and interrogate him, and then need be then arrest him. So those special techniques that we made our men learn, and that helped a lot.
Nice. So it's not just something that we see in movies. Yeah, actually, hota bhi hai. For the most part, it happens. For the viewers also, you can go back and watch the movie Seher. I think STF. Kaise bani, kya hua? I think that is the film that
And how the electronic surveillance was used in that
how
movie.
electronic surveillance was used. So Arshad Varsi's character is inspired by Sir. So you can always go back and watch that movie for more stuff. And so like a lot of cases that come forward during your time, one of the most horrific cases that you went through was the Nithari killings that had shocked the country at that time. So but you solved it quite quickly, as far as we know, and how the media covered it and everything. Can you walk us through what that case was like, and what did it do to you?
This year was the time when I had joined CBI,
Okay.
and this crime was committed in Nithari, which was in the district Noida. And I had been SSP Ghaziabad when Noida was the part of it. So I was the last SSP of combined district. So I had some idea of the area. So when this particular thing, by the time I was doing anti-corruption job in this CBI, but after this case and the bad publicity it brought about from the UP police and the police in general, I was asked that why don't you come to a handle the special crime and supervise this Nithari case. So when we went, we found out that there was a locality where the people, I mean, in those areas, you know that many poor people from Bangladesh or Bengal, they work as a housemaid or the household. So their children, they started disappearing one by one. They were trying to lodge the complaint, but nobody was taking them seriously. So time and again, there was some complaints about that. And suddenly, there was a case when a lady went in a particular house, and after that, she disappeared. And his father persisted that I'm sure that the last I had seen my girl going to in this that particular house. So that started as some sort of a turning point, and the people started focusing on this particular house, that what is happening. And that was a typical house when there was a master whose main residency at Chandigarh. He comes here only for a few days, and then he enjoys his life, having a parties, and girls and all those used to come. And there was a servant who was from Uttarakhand and very meek, humble looking person. And he was living in the back side of the house. He is in the front side of house. The owner was not much bothered about what is happening in the house. He will come, he will enjoy 2 3 days, and he'll go back. And then people have started doubting that particular first they doubted both the master and the servant, but then when they focused on the servant started narrating the story. So one by one, when we entered into the case and we interrogated both of them, It was very surprising to know all the quite contrary to the normal perception. The master had no direct involvement in any of the killings of, and now the court has also almost given the same verdict. But at that time, nobody was ready to believe that, because people ransacked his houses, because he was the
उनका घर
master.
है, उन्हें कैसे नहीं पता कि
कैसे
कुछ
नहीं
हो रहा
पता
है?
होगा कि आप इस कमरे में बैठे हो, पीछे इतने सारे मर्डर्स हो रहे हैं और आपको
राइट।
पता नहीं है. बट we found that that is correct. We did the narco test, we did the polygraph test, lie detection test. Everywhere he was coming almost clean. The only thing is that he tried to save his servant, and
Hmm.
he tried to save his servant because he thought that I am doing the things, and he became the victim of that. But then we focused on the servant. When we started focusing on the servant, slowly, slowly, I mean, a new world of a crime and criminal came. That person was a totally psychic sort of person who used to say that I used to see a lady in the white robe moving with a lamp or sometime a candle or something like that, and she will tell me on the day of full moon that you need to kill somebody or give the bali of some particular sense. So when we never thought how it can happen, then we started consulting all the psychologists and psychiatrists of the country. I remember Director CBI at that time called all the directors of all the WIMHANS, NIMHANS, that is all important institutes. And then they said, yes, these, I mean, there is a disease when there's something you see which is not there, something you hear which is not there. And this has started deteriorating to the extent that he started killing the person, then having sex with the dead body, and at times there were the complaints, or it came that the sort of cannibalism also, that he tried to eat some part of the body of that a particular child. So that is called as necrophilia.
Necrophilia.
Necrophilia and
Yeah, of
necrophagia,
course.
that's a disease. So we were absolutely zapped about this particular story. We were never exposed to this particular crime. And we sent a message through Interpol to all the countries of the world, the members of the Interpol, that we had a crime like this. Have you ever countered this type of crime in your country? And we got only one reply from South Africa, that they had one a similar case where this type of thing was there. So it was a very unique case
So
for
that
us,
rare.
that very rare case. And then we have the challenge that to recover the dead bodies which were lying in the nalas, their parts were lying in the nalas in front of that house. So then getting them cleaned and then DNA tested, DNA test done, so that that could be linked to the parents, so that we can identify the person who were killed, or uh, who had already disappeared. Then the idea was uh, as the provision of the law, if he take the plea that he was not of the sound mind, then he may get exemption also. So that point was also to be taken care of. And the main thing was that the challenge was that how do you link Pandher with all these type of cases. So we said that although the public opinion is against that, but CBI being the CBI, we have to tell the truth,
Unbiased, huh?
unbiased. So we said that his crime, that he tried to hide this particular person from the police in the case of that pile, that lady I was talking about. So that part of that destruction of evidence and everything, that we can put him on the jail, but the rest of the case we acquitted him from the charges of murder. And 1920 cases were there, and slowly that trial started. And now in almost in many cases he has been convicted. In one cases the trial court convicted, the high court acquitted, now the Supreme Court is pending in the Supreme Court.
Okay.
So that in many of the cases he has got a capital punishment,
Yeah.
but he's still waiting for that. So let's see that
He's still in jail.
how he is still in jail. So that was an experience handling this gory crime. Yeah.
Right. With that, sir, we'll come to something very interesting that has a lot of, still even today has a lot of interest, like a lot of public interest in the story. And I'd like to tell my viewers also that you must have seen the movie Talwar. So the character of Mr. Irfan Khan is inspired again by Mr. Arun Kumar over here. So today, since we have him here, we'd like to know what really went down in the Arushi Talwar murder case as his version. Yeah. So please.
So yeah, people still talk about the ROC cases, and many of the people at that time, if you remember, इतने सारे लोग इसमें इन्वॉल्व थे. आई यूज्ड टू गेट ईमेल्स एंड लेटर्स कि इसमें जो है हेमराज ने जहर मिला दिया होगा. Everybody was working. There was a crime. 4 persons are there, and everybody was alleging somebody. इसने किया होगा, उसने किया होगा. And not in India, but the Indians abroad, they were also sending mail that this might have happened, this might have happened, and you investigate. तो इतना इंटरेस्ट इसमें पहले था और अभी भी बना हुआ है। नाउ लेट्स पुट इट इन अ पर्सपेक्टिव। एक घर है जिसमें पेरेंट्स हैं, एक डॉटर है और शाम के समय करीब उसका बर्थडे आने वाला था। सो ही ब्रॉट अ गिफ्ट फॉर हर। पहले उसने छुपाना चाहे 2-4 दिन बाद देंगे, बट ही कुडंट हाइड इट एंड ही हैंडेड ओवर दैट गिफ्ट एंड दैट वाज अ स्मॉल वीडियो कैमरा फॉर
The father.
the father brought that. So father gives the small video camera and that fateful night, and we have the videography of the happy family. हंसते खेलते परिवार का पूरा वीडियो जो है वो उसमें है 10 बजे और 11 बजे रात तक। एंड सडनली इन द मॉर्निंग दे फाइंड दैट द गर्ल हैज़ बीन किल्ड। नाउ इसमें यदि आप देखें तो 3 चीज़ें हो सकती हैं, या तो पेरेंट्स ने मारा, या तो उन नौकरों ने मारा, या किसी तीसरे लोगों ने मारा। बट सबसे इंटरेस्टिंग बात यह है कि 2 लोगों की हत्याएँ हुई, 2 पीपल हैव बीन किल्ड। वो एक जो है वो नीचे बेडरूम पे है और दूसरा जो है जिस किलर ने मारा, एज़ आई वाज़ टेलिंग कि 3 पॉसिबिलिटी हो सकती हैं। जिस किलर ने मारा उसने दूसरे बॉडी का लाश वहाँ पे छत पे रख दिया। बट नन ऑफ द किलर्स वुड हैव एक्सपेक्टेड कि पुलिस ऐसी होगी कि जिसको एक बॉडी तो मिलेगी और दूसरी बॉडी का उसको पता ही नहीं चलेगा कि दूसरी बॉडी कहाँ पे है, द होल डे। और जो पेरेंट्स हैं वो देख रहे हैं कि हमारी डॉटर का मर्डर हुआ है, नौकर गायब है। तो नेचुरली उन्होंने उसके नौकर के खिलाफ एफआईआर लिखा दिया
Hmm.
कि हेमराज ने जो है हमारी बॉडी मार के भाग गया है। ये
Hmm.
नेचुरल हो गया। और पुलिस जो है उस आदमी को ढूंढने के लिए निकल पड़ी जिसकी बॉडी ऊपर पड़ी हुई है। और वहाँ वो नेपाल जाने के लिए उसने फिर उसी नेपाली कंपाउंडर्स और इन लोगों को अपने साथ जो है वो बिठाया और उसके साथ वो जाने लगे। और वो जो कंपाउंडर था कृष्णा, उसने अब कहानी जब देखा हो कि अब ये ट्विस्ट आ गया है कि वो उसकी बॉडी नहीं मिल रही है, तो उसने वो सारी चीज़ें कहने लगी कि वो इसका जो है वो कुछ गलत निगाह था और उसी के लिए, और पेरेंट्स ने देख लिया था इसलिए ऐसा हुआ, और उसने सारी कहानी वहाँ पे जो है वो उसको पलट दी एंड पीपल स्टार्टेड डाउटिंग दैट। सो फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट थिंग, जब हम लोगों ने केस लिया, वी ऑल नो कि कितना ट्रैम्पल था एविडेंस।
आप तब भी सीबीआई में थे?
मैं सीबीआई
अच्छा।
सीबीआई केस, वो इतना ट्रैम्पल्ड एविडेंस था, सब लोग जानते हैं कि वहाँ ना तो किसी का फिंगरप्रिंट मिला ना कुछ मिला। बट जब हम लोगों ने लिया तो फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट काम था कि पेरेंट्स का रोल क्या था, क्योंकि पहली वाली टीम ने पेरेंट्स को एक्यूज बना के उनको जेल में बंद कर दिया था, फादर को। फिर हम लोगों ने जब फादर को लिया और फिर उस पे फिर लाइट डिटेक्शन टेस्ट, उसका फिर जो है वो ब्रेन मैपिंग टेस्ट, सारे टेस्ट हम लोगों ने करवाए। तो वी फाउंड कि ये नहीं हो सकता फादर का रोल इसमें, क्योंकि मतलब 10-11 बजे तक जो है वो वीडियो कैमरा में हम देख रहे हैं कि हैप्पी फैमिली है, सब एक दूसरे के फोटोग्राफ ले रहे हैं, दे आर गिगलिंग, दे आर लाफिंग, दे आर लिविंग अ नॉर्मल लाइफ। सडनली व्हाट कैन हैपन? एंड वर्स्ट कम वाज, इफ व्हाट वाज टेलिंग बाय कृष्णा कि कुछ उसने देख भी लिया, द फैमिली
तो
वाज नॉट
मारेगा नहीं?
समथिंग लाइक दैट कि उसको मार देगा और वो ले जाएगा। वो बैकग्राउंड नहीं है, क्योंकि उन्होंने खुद अपना लव मैरिज था एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट, छोटी बच्ची के लिए, एंड बहुत लेट उनको चाइल्ड भी हुआ था, सो ओनली चाइल्ड,
हम्म।
सो दे कांट डू इट। सो ये सारे तरीके से हम लोगों ने जो है वो पेरेंट्स को एब्जॉर्व किया कि पेरेंट्स इसमें नहीं है। अब दूसरी टीम ने फिर से जो है वो पेरेंट्स को एक्यूज कर दिया, बट एज द थिंग्स स्टैंड टुडे, एक कोर्ट ने कन्विक्ट भी कर दिया, बट एज द थिंग्स स्टैंड टुडे हाई कोर्ट ने क्लियर कट वर्डिक्ट दिया है कि पेरेंट्स का इसमें कोई रोल नहीं है, एंड सो पेरेंट्स आर आउट। नाउ 2 चीज़ें हो सकती हैं, या तो जो कंपाउंडर था वहाँ पे, वो ये क्लियर है कि जो कुछ हुआ फ्रेंडली एंट्री हुई, क्योंकि
हम्म।
जो भी किलर था उसको हेमराज जानता था,
ओके।
तभी तो उसने खोला
हाँ।
और तभी उसके साथ वो ऊपर गया।
हाँ।
तो फ्रेंडली एंट्री हो सकती है उसके दोस्तों के साथ, और ये लोग जो है जनरली वहाँ आते थे, रहते थे, जाते थे उसके बाद। सो ये जो हम लोगों का लाइन था कि जिसमें कि हम लोगों ने इस पे डाउट किया था, वो दूसरे टीम ने जो है उसको परस्यू नहीं किया उस ढंग से, और वो पूरा का पूरा मैटर जो है शिफ्ट कर दिया। और यदि ये नहीं थे तो तीसरा कोई हो सकता है जिसको हेमराज जानता था।
ओके।
सो एक चीज क्लियर है कि पेरेंट्स हैड नॉट किल्ड, दैट्स वेरी क्लियर, द हाई कोर्ट स्टैंड इज वेरी क्लियर, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में है, जब भी आएगा। अब द क्वेश्चन इज दैट उन्होंने नहीं मारा तो किसने मारा? तो 2 सेट ऑफ पीपल हैं। एक तो वो कृष्णा राजकुमार का जो कंपाउंडर है, जो रेगुलरली आते थे, जिनका मोटिव था, जिनको कहना था, जो कर सकते थे, और इतना। और जो सबसे बड़ी बात है कि आप जो भी इन्वेस्टिगेशन करते हो, उसमें एक तरीका होता है कि आप एक्यूज़ को थोड़ा-सा साइकोलॉजिकल प्रेशर करते हो, वो बोलता है। और आरुषि के टाइम में तो ये हो रहा था कि जो हमारे पास आदमी आ रहा है, उसको भी मीडिया फ़ॉलो कर रही है। जब वो निकल के जा रहा है, तो उसके मुँह में माइक डाल देगी, आपने क्या पूछा? और यदि वो थोड़ा-सा यहाँ पे कुछ बताया भी, तो जाके फिर वो कहेंगे, नहीं, वहाँ जाके मत बताना। तो वो पूरा का पूरा जो नॉर्म्स ऑफ इन्वेस्टिगेशन है, दैट वाज़ ब्रोकन बाय दिस मीडिया ट्रायल इन दिस पर्टिकुलर केस, एंड लेटर ऑन कई केसेस में वो हुआ है, बट दैट वाज़ एट द पीक इन द केस ऑफ आरुषि, दैट एवरीबॉडी वाज़ इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग एंड एवरीबॉडी बिकॉज नॉर्मल केस ऑफ इन्वेस्टिगेशन में जिस पर आपको डाउट होता है, आप उसके साथ बैठते हैं, साइकोलॉजिकल ट्रीटमेंट उनका होता है, कैसे वो सच बोलेगा? यू हैव
हाँ,
टू हैंडल हिम इन अ डिफरेंट वे।
बाहर
वो
से भी
बाहर
प्रेशर है।
बाहर से प्रेशर है, तब बात करनी पड़ती है। बट हम उसको रख नहीं सकते थे ड्यू टू मीडिया प्रेशर, और बाहर जाते ही फिर वो जो है जितना भी वो प्रेशर में आता था, वो फिर से वेंट आउट हो जाता था कि ये फंसा रहे हैं लोग, गलत कर रहे हैं, नौकरों को फंसा रहे हैं, ये कर रहे हैं, वो कर रहे हैं। सो दिस ऑल लेड टू the non-detection of the real culprit in this particular case. So that is the
और
tragedy of
आज
this
तक
particular.
कहीं ना कहीं यही है,
हाँ,
बिकॉज
absolutely.
बट यू थिंक अगर इतना व्हाई सच अ मीडिया इंटरेस्ट इन दिस पर्टिकुलर केस? ऐसा तो है नहीं ऐसे केसेस और नहीं हुए होंगे या
It was the time, Shivangi, when these cases, uh, this TV media had recently come, and the interest had started building up, and that this play of TRP had started. उस टीआरपी केस में हर चैनल जो है वो कुछ नया करना चाहती थी कि वो हमारा ही चैनल देखिए, और हमारा ही चैनल देखने के लिए वो उसी कॉलोनी में फ्लैट खरीद रहे थे, कहानी बना रहे थे, और पीपल का इंटरेस्ट उन्होंने धीरे-धीरे इतना बढ़ा दिया कि लोगों को ना न्यूज़ देखना था, ना और कुछ सुनना था, उनको यही सुनना था। I will narrate you a story that one very important journalist was sitting in front of me. I will not take his name. And then I got the phone of a editor of a very important newspaper. Actually, I'll name him. Mr. Sekhar Gupta called me, and and at that was particular time, the politically things were so vulnerable that ये जो हमने अमेरिका से न्यूक्लियर पैक्ट किया था मनमोहन सिंह साहब ने, उसके कारण सीपीएम जो है वो केस विड्रॉ, वो सरकार से सपोर्ट विड्रॉ करने वाली थी। तो ये था कि सरकार शायद गिर जाएगी, या फिर बाद में मुलायम सिंह ने उसको सपोर्ट किया। तो वो पॉलिटिकल इंस्टेबिलिटी स्टेट कंट्री लेवल का चल रहा था कि गवर्नमेंट बचेगी कि नहीं बचेगी। तो मैंने जब शेखर जी से कहा कि शेखर जी, वहाँ गवर्नमेंट बच देंगे भैया, आप आरओसी में इंटरेस्टेड हैं? बोला गवर्नमेंट के बारे में कोई इंटरेस्टेड नहीं है, पीपल ओनली वांट्स टू नो कि वारसी में क्या है, आरओसी में क्या हो रहा है। आप हमें आरओसी मर्डर बताइए, हमें कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है कि सरकार जाए जा रहा है। तो यू कैन इमेजिन द हाइट ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर इंटरेस्ट कॉमन मैन का जो है इसमें जनरेट किया था। तो दैट टीआरपी रेटिंग जो है वो उसने भी इसको और काफ़ी ज़्यादा जो है हवा दिया। केस का कुछ नेचर भी ऐसा हो गया था कि उसको आपने ऐसा कर दिया। सो दिस न्यूज़ हैज़ बिकम सो मच कॉम्पिटिटिव, एंड एवरीबॉडी वांट्स टू गिव समथिंग
सब
डिफरेंट,
मसाला भी।
सम मसाला फॉर टीआरपी, एंड द पीपल वांट टू नो अबाउट दैट। वो सब कुछ देखते हैं, सब कुछ पढ़ते हैं, और वो बिकता है। वो बिकता है तो फिर ये कहानियाँ चलती
चलता
हैं।
है।
दैट्स द
और
अनफॉर्चुनेट
अगर
पार्ट।
ऐसा नहीं हुआ होता, आपको लगता है दैट दिस केस वाज प्रीटी मच ओपन एंड शट फॉर यू?
It was not that open and shut, because it could have been open and shut case if the UP police primarily would have collected the evidence, gathered evidence from the scene, because everything was there. There was a fingerprint, there was a whiskey bottle which has a handprint, there was footprint, there were so many things were there. The splatter on the wall, a splatter of the blood, design of the blood. It was typical, I mean, heaven for a forensic scientist if it would have come on the first day. But it was trampled like that. And we all know the story that at the same day the Honorable Prime Minister was visiting Noida, so the officers were busy in that. So they left on the SHO left on the another person, and they couldn't find out the second body. So the whole story changed. The second body was detected next day. So then the whole thing had already gone haywire.
And before you could come, it already became such a
Already
like botched up
total
investigation that
botched
you could
up,
not
total
have probably.
trampled scene of crime, total stories floating around. Different groups were formed because once there was pressure on the local police to open the case, so they had said something that the parents have killed. Now they have to stick to that because they have already committed that.
Hmm.
So there were groups amongst the policemen. So that led to this unfortunate ending of this particular case.
When you moved out of this case, was the CBI still a part of this case? Or with your exit, the CBI's investigation also ended?
No, no. CBI was a part of it because I had completed my term in CBI. I had to come to UP.
Okay.
So it was given to another team.
Okay, okay.
Another team was given, and there were other things that they again went back to that parents theory, and they filed a charge sheet. And they filed a final report that no evidence was found, but the court took the cognizance against the parents, and they prosecuted them,
और
convicted them.
इंटरनली आपके रिपोर्ट में क्या था हैंडओवर से पहले?
हैंडओवर से पहले हम लोगों का यही था कि ये पेरेंट्स ने निर्दोष हैं, और इन लोगों पर सस्पिशन है दैट कृष्णा, राजकुमार एंड ऑल दोस पीपल
And
दे
they're
सीम्स
still
टू बी
roaming
इन्वॉल्वड.
free.
Huh?
They're still roaming free.
They are still doing free. So nobody pursued it after that.
Sure.
in
Right.
professional way.
It's unfortunate also,
Very
sir,
unfortunate.
that the parents struggled so much despite losing their own daughter and everything. Just to kind of connect the dots here, I want to know. So you're saying for the Talwar case that the compounder did it, and so like even Krishna did it. Hemraj was probably trying to stop the killing from happening. Was it just all under the influence of alcohol and just some dirty mind?
Yeah, that was the thing.
That was
But
the motive.
one motive was that Krishna had a fight with the doctor Talwar. Few days, he was working in in his clinic, his
Okay,
compounder.
okay, okay.
So he had asked him to make some denture
Hmm.
for some particular patient. So and he was a professional doctor. But when this particular patient came, that denture was not well made. So he asked him, scolded him, कि तूने क्यों ऐसा डेंचर क्यों बनाया? तो उस टाइम तो उसने डाँट सुन लिया, बट नेक्स्ट डे जब वो जा रहा था तो ड्राइवर था और ये था हेमराज, उसको ये कह रहा था कि डॉक्टर क्या समझता है आपने को, इसने मुझे पब्लिकली डाँटा है, मैं इसे मारूँगा और समथिंग लाइक दैट। एंड हेमराज वाज़ ट्राइंग टू पेसिफाई हिम कि नहीं, यू आर अ कंपाउंडर, ही इज़ अ डॉक्टर, हो जाता है, मतलब मालिक, व्हाई आर यू गेटिंग सो एजिटेटेड अबाउट दैट? But he was having that particular grudge,
Revenge.
sensitivity was there. And the second person, the Rajkumar, who was the driver of their friend, वो उनका had some actually infatuation for Arusi, because he was also very young. So all of them gathered there in the evening. They had the drinks was available. They had gone for the sleep, and they consumed alcohol. And people say that how could not have found out that this is happening and all that. So we did that all scientific test, that you go to the room, switch on the AC and lock the room. The sound decibel becomes so much that you can't hear what is happening outside. So they couldn't know that what's happening. So this particular person, after a lot of drink, they went to the ROC room. They tried to do something with her, but she just got up and she recognized
Hmm.
uh,
The killer, huh?
killer, and that was the reason that they uh, killed her. And after that, they wanted to flee. Then Hemraj said that, "How can you run away? Because uh, uh, she has seen you, and I'll be responsible because I was in the room." So they took to the roof. There, they tried to persuade, ask him to मेरे साथ भागो या कुछ करो, something like that. But that did not happen, and he was a loyal person. So he was also killed, and they came back, and they went out. That was the
Entire picture.
probable
Probable
thing that
picture.
we thought that this has happened. नहीं कि आजकल विजुअल्स अवेलेबल हैं, कोई भी क्राइम सीन होता है उसका विजुअल लगा के लोग टीवी पे डाल देते हैं, एंड एवरीबडी स्टार्ट हैविंग हिज ओन ओपिनियन, ऐसा कैसे हुआ होगा, वैसे कैसे हुआ होगा, और दैट क्रिएट्स अ लॉट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम। तो जैसे निठारी केस में हुआ कि मालिक को यहाँ रहता है, उसको कैसे नहीं पता है कि पीछे हो रहा है, सबको लगता है कि कैसे हुआ होगा, बट वो जो एक उसका नार्को एनालिसिस टेस्ट है, उसमें वो कहता है कि शायद मेरी गलती ये थी कि मैं कभी किचन में झांकने नहीं गया, दैट्स व्हाई
अच्छा,
मैं आज इस पोजीशन में आ गया हूँ। बहुत सारे मेल होते हैं जिनको कोई मतलब नहीं होता है, अपना
किचन से,
आया,
हाँ,
खाया, पिया, चले गए, एंड दे आर नॉट बॉदर्ड।
राइट।
तो एंड सिमिलरली इन दिस आरओसी केस की एक फ्लैट है, 2 कमरे हैं, बगल में कमरा है, ये मार दिया, आपको कैसे पता नहीं चला? इसलिए नहीं पता चला कि फुल एसी ब्लोन में चल रहा है, नींद में अभी लोग सोए हैं, उनको नहीं पता चला कि वो हल्ला नहीं हुआ। सिर्फ़ एक
हाँ,
छोटी-सी स्लैश आया होगा,
उतने में मर गई
सिकुड़,
होगी,
हाँ,
हाँ।
वो उतने मर गई, वो चिल्लाई नहीं होगी, कुछ नहीं हुआ होगा। और चिल्ला भी दे तो कोई उतने एसी में वी brought that physics person to measure that decibel. So
Okay.
that decibel level with the full AC was so high
Hmm.
that even somebody is shouting from outside, you can't hear it.
Somebody must have shouted in the other room and checked also.
Yeah,
On
check. Yeah,
करके.
we do that. We did
And
that.
it would have been her room also.
Huh, we did from all the places,
Hmm.
and we found that the person sitting here with the full AC on couldn't listen to that particular level of sound.
Okay.
So that was very natural. So we said that the parents were not aware.
Right. So, sir, on a further, on a more lighter note here, I'd like to know that Seher was a movie made on you. Talwar was a movie made on you. What does it? So, it's not always that like movies are made on every IPS officer. What was it like to see yourself on the big screen? Like, did you feel that okay? Of course, when you solve cases, you feel like you've achieved so much. But there's a little bit of thrill to watching yourself on the big screen. Being represented by somebody. How did you feel about the depiction of yourself in the two movies, Seher and Talwar, and how much do you think that the creative liberties were taken?
Yeah. See, I don't think that the movie is made on me. These were made on the stories. I am a part of that,
Okay.
right? So by chance, I happened to be at that particular place when the things become so interesting in that. So the Sahar part, will think that a lot of research was done by the director and Mr. Kabir Kausik, and he followed me in CBI also. By the time I had come to CBI, and then uh, it was a very well made movie. Only thing that some changes were made in the sense that the last part where this particular encounter happens, that happens on a train, when actually this encounter had happened on the road, on the Ghaziabad. So we were also happy about that. Let's be on train so that nobody finally thinks about how it happened and
Yeah,
somebody asks for the inquiry and things like
sure.
that. The other part was that very interesting, that you must have observed that a person who is a person from a phone company, the role played by Mr. Pankaj Kapoor, he shots that criminal, not the police, if you remember. So what was happening? People were not happy about that particular ending, that the hero is being killed and some other person is being. But the director has this particular thought, right? That the organized crime cannot be contained unless public comes in support of that particular thing. So
Right.
Mr. Pankaj Kapoor has been depicted as a common man who even fears, as एक पिस्टल कोई सामने रख दे तो थरथराने लगता है, डर जाता है. And उसमें दिखाता है कि at that particular time when the organized crime is on the peak and the villain is about to shoot the hero, he picks up the gun and he shoots him. Just he wanted to indicate that the public has come in support of the police, and then only you can control the organized crime. I don't know how
My
much
God.
this message was conveyed to the people, but
Yeah.
still people say that if the ending had something different, it would have been then commercially very good. Although very well paid movie, very rewarded, still people see that.
Seher, right? Yeah.
Sad. Now coming to Talwar, this was also a very professional team. I mean, this Boski, Meghna Guljar had done a lot of research, and Visalji has known to me, and they introduced that they are going to do that. They had done a lot of research. But the very interesting thing is that when that they made this movie Talwar, they took this idea from a Japanese movie, that in such sort of a crime story, let's give all the versions of what has happened and let the public decide what happened. So he gives the version of the parents killing ROC, parents not killing ROC, this compounders killing ROC, and then a discussion sort of thing happens, and then he leaves it to the public that you form your own opinion. So in this such a complicated case, so beautifully the things were presented.
Yeah.
So that really made the film a really success, and cinematographically also and otherwise also it is regarded as a very good movie, because both version of the crime has been presented by without taking side. So
Without taking side.
that is
तब
that
तक
is
तो conclude भी नहीं हुआ है, मतलब
conclude भी
तो
नहीं हुआ
फिर
था. So he has not taken that, since the protagonist has done sort of my role, and our team had given a view कि compounder ने मारा है, so they didn't go for that. They went for both the theories, and they
left
presented
it to the
before
audience
audience to
to decide what to do. Right. So sir, so many years through, अब जब आप retired हैं, when you look back, when you reflect, do you think there is anything in the law enforcement that you feel that should change, और अगर आप अब भी होते तो this is one change that you would have at least initiated if not completed?
See, the policing has changed a lot, because when we were doing policing, there was no camera, there was no TV, there was nothing. Today, everybody has to do the policing in front of the camera, and it becomes very difficult for the younger people to handle that. So they have to rely much more on the technology. But my opinion is that India is such a vast country that both the jet and the bullock cart will move together for long, long period to come, because there's so much diversity in the villages and the other places. So I will presume that both the normal work of criminal intelligence as well as the technological intelligence, both should move together, and one should be quite open minded to not to close the mind कि अब हम सिर्फ टेक्नोलॉजिकल ही एविडेंस गैदर करेंगे और वो नहीं करेंगे. But the second thing that, as you said, कि you wish it can happen, we are of the opinion, because after that we visited a lot of foreign countries, saw the police of New York and other countries, and found that they are very much reliant on the forensic evidences. And we had a very poor infrastructure when we worked. And that too, the labs we were having, our scientists were not confident what to do. I have seen a bigger scientist to asking me कि मैं क्या लिख दूं सर. मैंने कहा what do you mean? आप साइंटिस्ट हो, आपके
हाँ
पास
बताओ.
एविडेंस है, आप बताओ क्या करना है. आपके एविडेंस पे हम जज करेंगे कि हम इन्वेस्टिगेशन किस तरह ले जाना है. बट दे आल्सो गेट इन्फ्लुएंस्ड बाय दिस मीडिया, व्हाट द पीपल आर टेलिंग, क्या छप रहा है. So that accuracy and professionalism in the forensic in India has to come. I'm sure that government is working in a big way for introducing these forensics, and the new laws that has come up. There also the more reliance on the forensic is there. So that is the most important thing that has come into the crime investigation of the country.
So, sir, on a much lighter note, who has been your role model during your service time, and what advice did they give you that has still like resonated with you the most? आज भी आप follow करते हैं?
Yeah. When we joined UP Police, it was politically very turbulent time. And instability had happened, and Kalyan Singh ji came, different governors came. So the idea with which we came to do the service was the upholding the constitution, equality before law, uh, adherence to the law, and law should be equal for all the poor, and that sort of idealism. We started working on that. Although we found that it is uh, just not possible to enforce it that way, but I was of the opinion that it should be enforced as far as possible. There should not be different treatment to the, you show me the face and I show you the rule. That should not be there. And so, in that particular thought process, I found that we had a DG called Mr. Prakash Singh. So I found him that he is really professional, and goes by the law. He is very much stickler to the what should happen, and not succumbing to the political pressure. Even after retirement, he is fighting for the police reforms and things like that. So at that particular time, he was my role model, and I thought that I should be a police officer like him.
Nice. Okay. And so many cases through. Any case you think that should be at some point made into like a movie and the viewers should know about it? And any dream actor you have in mind for it?
There are many, and I keep on getting phones off and on that OTT बनाते हैं, ये करते हैं. Then I remember that one particular case that one daughter of a minister of Manipur was kidnapped and killed. That is known as Elizabeth Lingulina case.
Okay.
And for that I camped in Northeast longer time. So that is one very fascinating case where the people of Northeast, they still remember that. And if a movie is made on that, that will be really great for the Northeastern people.
And who should play you?
I don't know that the present day actor, anybody can do that.
Right. So ये वाले कुछ cases होंगे. So like maybe we have manifested it now. If somebody hears it and it's out there in the universe, शायद किसी दिन ये बन भी जाएगी. And also let's see.
Let's see.
Let's see. And nice. And now when you look back, any funny anecdote that you have for us with like that you look back and now you feel a little lighthearted about it कि or you observed कि this was quite funny और तब तो जैसा भी लगा हो.
Yes. As I told you that I landed in the service by default, and
हाँ.
went to the Masuri Academy as a fun and thing. After that, we have go to National Civil Defence College, Nagpur. So that was also 15 days fun we were coming. So when our train came to Hyderabad station, at that time I didn't have any idea ki what is the 2 star, what is the 3 star, who is sub-inspector, who is not. I didn't recognize even the ranks and badges at that particular time when I was going to enter NPA. So I found that at the platform a tall, fair with black goggle glasses, one person, Mr. Maman. So I thought he must be the director of the academy because he's so smart and things like that. And some fellow probationers also, they were also not aware. हाँ हो सकता है कि director साहब ही हो. And why should director come to receive us of that? Later on realized that he's an inspector. I mean, he's not even a gazetted officer who is sitting. So I always recall that that was a day when I didn't know who is inspector, who is inspector. And then the 37 years of this police service, now I'm here. So I laugh at it.
Nice. Okay. एंड अगर आपने अब जाके शुरुआत की होती अपने करियर की, अब तो आप रेट्रोस्पेक्ट में कितना कुछ देखते होंगे कई बार बैठ के, तो इज देयर एन एडवाइस यू वुड गिव टू द यंगर वर्जन ऑफ योरसेल्फ बिफोर यू स्टार्टेड आउट?
Yes. The first thing is that realization has slowly come after I have retired, because as I told you that we join at a fairly high position, so we generally get cut off from our ranks. So what I realized कि as a senior officer and IPS officer, आपका interaction सब इंस्पेक्टर, इंस्पेक्टर, कांस्टेबल से नहीं के बराबर होता है, और वो जितना ज़्यादा हो उतना अच्छा होना चाहिए. And this I slowly realized when I became DGRPF, and that time I tried. मैं बार-बार जा के I used to meet the subordinate officers, उनकी बात सुनता था कि प्रॉब्लम क्या है, क्योंकि they are the cutting edge level. They are interacting with the people. They are interacting, RPF constables are interacting with the daily passengers. So the problem you have to find out there. क्योंकि जैसे ऊपर जाता है वो डिस्टॉर्ट होता जाता है कम्युनिकेशन, और आपको जो है सही वर्जन नहीं मिलता है. सो आई वुड हैव थॉट that more and more interaction with your subordinate.
So after all of these events in your life, after such a long journey and all, finally आपका ये this stint came to an end, you retired. What are the assignments now that you're getting and what is keeping you busy?
I have joined post advisor, police and CAPF in State Bank of India. So it's a quite welfare oriented, and I'm in touch with the force. So that's why I love it.
At
It's
least
good.
you said yes
Yeah,
because of that.
yeah.
Great. Sir, thank you so much. But before we let you go, we have this little fun segment to do with you. Mostly we do it with all our guests. So just to also break the norm that IPS officers are very serious people. So this will be our segment top three. In top three, what happens is I will ask, it's a rapid round. I'll ask you three questions and you have to give me 3 pointers and 3 answers for the question. So 3 questions and 3 points for each.
Okay.
Okay. My first question to you will be that 3 qualities in a police officer they should have to in a high pressure like situation to handle that.
First up, I think he should have the aptitude to do the policing. I found that many people don't have the aptitude. Aptitude in the policing, that you are ready to go to the field, you are going to interact with the person, you are ready to handle any situation at any time, you will go to the scene of crime. But the person has to have the aptitude for the field. A successful police officer has to the aptitude for the field work. He should be ready to go to the field. He should be ready to do any odd job at any particular time. That's, I think, one must. The second is that I remember one particular thing that I was just ASP. A lady had come to me, an old lady, एंड ही सेड कि हमारा मकान किसी ने कब्जा कर लिया है, दैट वो चंदौली गांव में था। तो मैंने कहा चलो बैठो मेरी जीप में हम चलते हैं, यंग थे, उसको बिठा के वहाँ गए। रास्ते में उसने कहा कि मैंने आपको थाने पे दिया था, थाने वालों, अच्छा मैंने वायरलेस से पूछा कि क्या है इसका केस, दे सेड कि नहीं नहीं, गलत बोल रही है इसने, तुम उसका रजिस्ट्री कर दिया है, क्या कर दिया, समथिंग लाइक दैट। मैं स्पॉट पे लेके गया, मैंने सबको बुलाया और आई रियली फाउंड अगास्ट दैट दैट विडो का सारा जमीन जो है लेके और उसका पूरा दीवार दीवार घेर के और इसको फेंक देता सारा सामान बाहर। एंड आई सेड नथिंग डूइंग, जस्ट पूरा दीवार गिरवाया मैंने, उसको वापस कराया, रेइंस्टेट कराया। तो दैट वाज द डे आई रियलाइज्ड कि आपको कितनी बड़ी अपॉर्चुनिटी जो है वो ये यूनिफॉर्म ये दे रही है। सो सेकंड एप्टीट्यूड, एम्पैथी होनी चाहिए पुलिस वालों को। उस कॉमन मैन को जिसको आप देखते हैं, जैसे मैं ट्रक वाले की बात करी, मैंने दूसरे जो कटिंग एज लेवल पे आदमी, उसकी एम्पैथी यदि है, देन द पुलिस सर्विस इज द बेस्ट दैट यू कैन
Right.
चूज फॉर।
And third,
एंड थर्ड इज दैट इंटीग्रिटी।
integrity. Right. And so 3 lessons that you have learned in your journey as an IPS officer.
Uh, uh, First and foremost, lesson that as an IPS officer I have learned, that this country has a lot of problem to face, and the development and everything is important. But unless until you have a good law and order, you can't have the development, and it shows many places. अभी यूपी में यू कैन सी द एग्जाम्पल कि पहले कितनी प्रॉब्लम थी कि लॉ एंड ऑर्डर ठीक नहीं है, यहाँ क्राइम हो रहा है, वहाँ क्राइम हो रहा है, और डेवलपमेंट मतलब वो नहीं हो पाता था। आज थोड़ा लॉ एंड ऑर्डर पे वहाँ पे इन्फेसिस किया गया है और लॉ एंड ऑर्डर ठीक है तो डेवलपमेंट होगा। तो ये चीज़ समझनी पड़ेगी कि फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट थिंग ये है कि आदमी काम तभी कर सकता है जब उसके मन में कोई फियर ना हो क्राइम का, किसी तरह का डर नहीं हो, वो आराम से घूम सकता है, आराम से रात, लोग गुजरात को कहते थे कि अच्छा है, क्योंकि गुजरात में ये था कि नाइट शो कोई भी लेडी जो है जेवर के साथ अकेले देखने जा सकती थी। दैट वाज अ टाइम इन गुजरात व्हेन पीपल यूज्ड टू appreciate the law and order of that particular place. So that is very important thing that happens. The second thing is that कि when the development comes, ये तो आपने कर दिया, you are part of the whole system. The second thing is that you are part of the whole system. कोई भी चीज़ यदि आपको उस टाइम में नहीं सूट कर रहा है तो इट मे बी योर इंडिविजुअल थिंग, बट यदि मेजोरिटी को यदि ये सूट कर रहा है तो आप उसको लेके चलना चाहिए। मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम यू वर्क इन टीम, सो आपको ये होना चाहिए कि आप यू आर पार्ट ऑफ द टीम, यू आर पार्ट ऑफ द सिस्टम, और ऑल वर्क्स, आप अपना सारा स्टैंड लो, सब कुछ करो, बट एवरीथिंग हैज़ टू बी फॉर कॉमन गुड जो आपको करना है। एंड थर्ड थिंग, एज आई टोल्ड यू, कि इंडियन कंडीशन में जो आप जस्टिस कॉमन लोगों को, पब्लिक लोगों को आप एज आईपीएस दिलवा सकते हैं, उसने दूसरे किसी सर्विस में नहीं। आप गो टू द जुडिशरी, इट टेक्स मंथ्स एंड मंथ्स टुगेदर फॉर गेटिंग अ सिविल केस रेक्टिफाइड. You go for the dispute, it takes years and years for to decide. But here you have the opportunity that immediately that something has happened, you can undo that and give them the justice. So this is
आपके हाथ में.
आपके हाथ में.
Right.
So that's a very good opportunity for that.
And the last question in my segment top 3 is that 3 moments in your life where when you came back home and said, yes, this is why I became an IPS officer.
Well, first is of course that the lady जिसको मैं मकान दिलवा के आया,
उसके चेहरे पे जो रिलीफ
उसके
आया
चेहरे
होगा.
पे रिलीफ था, और वो मतलब ये था कि वो चंदौली से बस पकड़ के मेरे बनारस वाले क्वार्टर पे आई थी, मैं 4 के क्वार्टर में रहता था, तो शी हैड द फेथ कि या नाम जो भी हुआ कि मैं जाऊँगा तो मेरा काम हो जाएगा। एंड जब हो गया तो उसका जो सैटिस्फैक्शन था और वो जो चीज़ उसको मिला, सो दैट वाज़ द ग्रेट। The second, obviously, the STF formation of STF always give me satisfaction that a new thing you created, then and introduce a technology which is being used by the whole police and everything. तो STF का बनना, उसका formation, उसका चलना, उसका success is the important thing that is for me. And the last was मतलब as a last tenure यहाँ पे RPF में when I came and the feedback I got from my minister was very bad about the organization. So we could devise ways and means to have a good image of the organization, and the satisfaction level to my men for their grievances was much high. So that was the third point,
Sure.
which I think.
Nice, sir. Thank you. That was great. And finally, any advice for the young officers who are now starting out and how to stay motivated, focused in the face of setbacks, and anything else that you'd want to say to the existing officers who are probably would have faced the same like struggles as yours?
My only thing is that first of all that you join the police only when you have the aptitude test. Just I have seen many people. I go to the UPSC board and also I find that you are leaving IIMs and IITs and good job, and then you come here and suddenly you find that मैं कहाँ आ गया. So be aware that where are you coming, what are the challenges of thing, and once you are here, वो पूरी तरह से give 100% of yourself and try to be with time in the sense that बहुत डाइवर्सिफाइड कंट्री है, बहुत डाइवर्स हमारे कार्डर्स डिफरेंट है, कोई मणिपुर में है, वहाँ कुछ और प्रॉब्लम्स है, केरला कुछ और प्रॉब्लम्स है। सो विच एवर कार्डर यू गो, यू ट्राई टू लर्न अबाउट दैट पर्टिकुलर प्लेस, कल्चर, वैल्यूज, एंड ट्राई टू वर्क accordingly and give your best.
Sure. Arun sir, thank you so much. This has been an absolute delight to be talking to you about so many topics and so many insights. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you next time, next week, on the next episode of Dear Unconventionals. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you.